and welcome to another episode of I'm Making It Happen. I'm Nykole Tyson, and today we have the pleasure of talking to Christian Soto. He's a new graduate from the Croix Educational Complex, and he has had major transitions from junior high to high school and now on his way to college. We're going to talk about how he's been able to do that and also give some inspiration and ideas to the young individuals in the territory and how they can do the same. Come along with me. Thank you so much, Christian, for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Nice. I'm so glad you were able to be with us. And again, congratulations on graduating.
Thanks.
Hi. I met Christian back when he was in 7th grade. And he's such a different young man then to now. And I'm so proud of the young man he's become and is growing into. So let's just go back to then. So give our viewers an idea of how you used to be back in the day.
It had times when teacher would be giving instructions to class, and I would tag along with my friends and throw crushed up papers at the teacher, and then the teacher would find out who it was, and then we would get kicked out. We would have play fights at the turf, and then the monitors would come after us and give us detentions, and I've had detention there I think about 5 times. It had this time that I got mad in class and I flipped two desks and walk out. Another one was when I walked out on a teacher. Yeah, it was more cruel. I guess.
It was more what?
Cool.
Cool?
Cool.
Cruel. What does that mean? What do you mean cruel?
Meaning I had a bad mind back then. Doing bad things to me felt cool at that time. It was merely for attention, I guess, that by now everybody just do it for attention.
So you flipped a desk. You flipped 2 desks and you walk out of class.
Yes.
And what happened after you flipped those desks? Did you get in trouble?
Yes. I got suspended for 10 days from the principal.
So was that something that you did a lot? Have temper tantrums?
No. It was basically a change in me when I was exposed to a new environment in that school.
Oh, so you wasn't like that in elementary?
No. I was
Really?
just basically a typical shy guy, into his works.
In elementary, you're a shy guy.
Yes.
And then you go to junior high and you're flipping tables.
Yeah, it was basically just following paths.
Okay, so your association changed. You changed up your friends? Do you change up the people that you used to hang around with in elementary as opposed to when you went to junior high?
Okay, my behavior in school was more, at first, I came in fresh. It was a big new environment for me because the elementary school I used to go to, which was Corby Lawson, was a much different environment where it didn't have that much fights, gang turfs, and it was elementary to junior high, which I experienced these amount of different turfs, West, Grove. They have the different types of kids. They have the cool kids, the bad kids. Then we have the smart kids. Usually, what I did is that I wanted to just fit in because of how, just for the attention, I guess. Basically, that was back then. Used to just fit in to the trend. So it took really a good amount of time for me to change because with all those stuff that I committed in junior high, for my first 7th grade year, I repeated that grade. My second 7th grade year is when the change started to come in. That's when I met new people, but the good people like you, Miss Nykole, the positive people, Senator Nelson, Mr. Viale, who was the principal at that time, and he forced me to, well, in a good way, to not choose a class that normally people hang out at, which was known as band, and he put me in more of a formal class, which was business, and that played a part in my life there.
Yeah,
Changing.
So that changes association, and I didn't even know, and he wanted to quit the business class. So this is one thing for adults, parents, teachers, when students want to make changes, when you know it's positive, even if they feel adamant about making the change and you know it's something good for them, do not let them back out. Because we had this conversation and he wanted to drop the class. And I told him, no, can't drop the class. He didn't like whatever it was, accounting and all this stuff. And I said, business is the class that you're really going to learn and use things as an adult. 'Cause I still know how to type because of business class, how to write balance a checkbook, all those kind of things are from business. So anyways, he told me that he made changes because of individuals you met in that class, right? Give us that story of the conversation you had with someone that made you rethink your behavior.
This was in 8th grade. It was this one girl, she was talking, we were having a conversation, it was a group conversation, and she told me, what am I going to do with my life after high school or after 8th grade, because I need to get out of junior high to go into high school to then get out of high school. She told me, what am I going to do with my life if I keep on taking the same paths I was taking before, like the bad ways. She gave me scenarios of possible paths that I may end up going if I was to continue that behavior, like either jail or at the cemetery. And that rings something in my mind, and I took a deep thought about it, and I started thinking about things I can do to change that, and what path I can create to like start up my march to success.
Okay. Well, I want to know, what's the name of that young lady?
Oh, it was Sativa Harris.
Sativa Harris. So thank you, Sativa Harris, for talking sense, because there's a lot of times your peers are going to pressure you either positive or negative. So that's a nugget, is your association. Mm-hmm. If you wasn't associated, or she didn't mention that to you, where do you think you would be right now? Do you think you would have been like on the path you are right now?
No, not at all.
Okay, so tell me that transition. So you had that conversation with that young lady, and then what changes did you decide to make from there?
I started to associate myself with people that are positive, people that actually do their work, people complimentary to me in general. I started going online and checking out educational resources to improve my math, English, sciences, social studies, and learning a little more history.
So you went and took initiative to learn, to help you in passing your classes?
Yes. I engaged in that program they use now, Plato. It's a new thing that replaces your past marking period grades. Because during my 8th grade year, I still continued with the behavior, like not doing my work, my first and second marking period. Every lunchtime, I would go into the lab and basically do the activities in that Plato Learning website. It took me like about a month of instructional resources to complete that. And basically what that did is, depending on the type of grade that I got in it, it basically calculates with that original grade that I scored on my first and marking period. Okay. And it brings it up either to a 70 or 80, and that's what basically helped me as well. Yeah, that's one of the few steps I took. Not many people did that. I changed my my ways of hanging around people, and I stopped hanging around at the turf. I more hang around the courtyard where all smart kids at the benches.
So how did you integrate yourself into like the smart kids group? You just ended up just going there and sitting there and they welcomed you, or how did you weave yourself into their company?
Some of them were in my class, and I basically started working with them in my class, and then basically everything just came in natural.
So how did you get the most improved behavior or most improved student?
Basically that signified my improvement on my low score, because I went from a 70 flat to an 83 GPA, and that showed me as the most improved student that was actually doing work and improved on his overall GPA in junior high school.
Okay, awesome. And so you see, a lot of times I've had conversations with parents, and they're like, my son or my daughter's had this kind of behavior, and usually it's the association that they have that has an influence on how they behave. So this is a prime example of that. Get them around other children that are positive, and that's going to rub off. Just like negative could rub off on them, so can positive. And that's what you attest to? That's
Yeah,
what you say?
it was basically that. It all depends on who you hang around with.
And so I didn't see you for a long time after that. You graduated, you had honors when you graduated in
Yes.
8th grade that year. I didn't even know you graduated. He just came to the office in his cap and gown and showed me his certificate and that he was on the honor roll. So tell me about how that felt.
I felt really, really, really good about it. I keep reflecting on my past, and I was like, I would have other people that would come to me and be like, wait, that's not Christian, not the one that was doing all those bad stuff, and people would congratulate me about my accomplishment, and it's something I felt good about, knowing the hard work and time I put into that.
So how were you able to balance your old friends with your new friends? I had a discussion with another young person and it was like, oh, but if you change your friends too fast, then you're made fun of. How were you able to balance that out?
Knowing that I changed the ways I hang around people in junior high, it didn't stop our friendship ties. I would kind of multitask in between.
You just kept your friends, you just had different times you hung around with them.
Yes. When I entered high school, I wanted to join like an organization. And then I had this friend, Nykole Peterson. He pulled me into the band. That's the marching band for Complex. And he said, come try it out. And I was like, no, I want to join football. And he still dragged me into it. And then what I can say is like, that's the best thing he ever did. Yeah, the band turned out to be the best thing ever. I got my community service hours there. Along with that, I gained leadership skills. My teacher, Mr. Hendrick, started taking an interest in me, started to teach me stuff, and I stayed after school hours there learning, reading notes, and getting different instruments.
So you did a lot with band.
Yeah, basically a lot.
So that was like a big part of your high school career.
Yes.
And how did you get involved with National Guard?
But I was unclear on what I should do after high school. My 11th grade year, I started looking online and I saw this National Guard website. I went on it, and before that, I was first thinking about college, and knowing that I don't have that financial support to pay off for college and the whole loans thing that scares me because the interest that racks up over time and years. To make sure that I wasn't in the same situation of that, I basically looked up the benefits of what the National Guard has to offer. Basically being able to pay off my college while I attend full-time and still be active in the Guard part-time.
So you researched how the National Guard could assist you in your future plans, and
Yes.
It's been working out well?
Yes, it's been working out well. I don't have to worry about getting loans. I'm actually good, like perfect.
You recently applied for a scholarship and you got it. So tell us a little bit about that scholarship and who was that awarded by?
Oh, yes. I can start out by saying big thank you to Rotary of St. Croix for awarding me a $1,000 scholarship each year for me attending full-time at UVI. That ended up pretty well, and I'm very, very thankful for it.
Awesome. So what's next? You're going to be going to school, college. What's going to be your major?
Major, well, I'm going to be majoring in biology and a minor in computational biology.
What's that about?
That's more of the computerized technical part of medical.
Well, I am very proud of you as always, and he's grown a lot. You've grown a lot, and it just goes to show that the words that you say, sometimes you feel like it's going on deaf ears on children, but it's not always the case. So definitely don't stop talking and keep giving those words of encouragement and inspiration to our youth in the Virgin Islands. And this is a big prime example again. Christian Soto, graduate of the Croix Educational Complex. He made a big change from junior high, flipping tables and cutting class and being a rowdy person in junior high to being on a roll and now having his own business, which we're going to talk to for a few minutes, and then now going to school for biomedicine.
Yeah,
Biology.
Call it biomedical.
Biomedical.
Pretty general.
So now he owns a business. He helps fix phones and computers. So tell us a little bit about that. So if anybody's looking for you, we can find you.
Services I offer, like virus cleaning, that just varies between $20 to $40. Everything is dependent on how severe the job is and how long it takes to get it done. I can say the most that I've ever worked on a computer was mostly like 3 to 5 hours. Is where I basically reassembled a whole laptop. I took out the screen, the motherboard, and just put it on a new frame, and just reassembled it back with a brand new screen because it was cracked up, and it was just basically like a new computer.
And you learned that on your own?
Yes, I did that. I did that on my own.
Okay.
And it's basically just straightforward, just as long as you know the basics of what not to do, like short out anything. You do need a short band, I guess, to ground out.
You don't have to tell me your secrets. Well, it's good you have it so people can find you and contact you to how to fix that. So tell me like 5 things that you feel has helped you and that could help other people make other young ones, help them make it happen, like you.
The first one is surround yourself with the people you love and the one with the positive heart. Second, don't just stick to one thing you want to do. Try to try various stuff that is greatly beneficial to your career. Third, try to extend your knowledge on whatever you're doing in terms of academics. Don't just stick to learning stuff in class. Try to go online and look for other resources. Fourth is try to engage in extracurricular activities like join the band or play something like the sports where they can award you like a full scholarship to whatever college you want to go there that offer that extracurricular activity. Yeah, the fifth one is finding the positive people around you to help you move forward. Like basically it could be your teacher, your principal, a friend, a worker at the legislature, basically anybody, as long as they're helping you move forward. And basically all you have to do is just listen. Once you listen and you comprehend, you can basically just display that and just move forward with your life.
If you stayed on the same path where you were on, where do you think you would have been now? You know, if you didn't make those changes.
I think I would have either been a dropout or just be one of those that just can't get a job because having a bad police record, and with having a bad police record, you're limited to the amount of jobs you can apply for because you're going to be have to be going through a process where they do a full background check.
So, and that's what we want to let other young ones know, is that the choices you make now can affect you in the future.
Yes.
We have a lot of young men that have potential and that are using the potential to make have a positive future and positive outcomes. So just can't reiterate it enough. Definitely support our young men and women. Any resources you have, any inspirational comments, motivational words, whatever you can give, don't stop talking to our youth in the territory. So I definitely want to say thank you, Christian, for being on I'm Making It Happen. You definitely are making it happen, and we will be following up with him and sometime to see how he has accomplished all the goals that he set out for, which I'm sure he's going to achieve it. Definitely want to say thank you for watching. We appreciate it. I'm Nykole Tyson, and as always, check us out on Facebook at I'm Making It Happen. We have a YouTube page called I'm Making It Happen, and ask that you share it. Not just that it would be the sociable thing to do, but also it can help someone to either make it happen or continue making it happen, especially the youth in the territory.
I'm Christian Soto, and I'm making it happen. Are you?